Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Good morning. I promise to be brief. As you can see, I look a bit haggard. I look a bit tired and drained. It was a long night, a rough night. I found out yesterday that a friend of mine, a brother, a comrade that I've known for probably 25 years. We walked that yard together. We sat in the cell together. We ate together. We prayed together. We broke bread together. We've been out here, you know, together, shoulder to shoulder, soldiering in the efforts to give back to our communities. And one of his sons hung themselves in prison. He was found yesterday morning at Greensville Correctional Facility. I'm not a parent. I can't imagine what he's going through. I've known a couple other people to taking that route. A guy named Timmy and another guy named Pac-Man. But I've known guys who've talked about suicide my whole bit, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've contemplated it myself. I used to look at people like, man, how can someone commit suicide, man? What is that, you know? And we see it as like a weakness, you know? Well, man, dude, weak, man, you know what I'm saying? You live another day wounded. But sometimes, man, the weight of the reality you're facing is so overwhelming to you. Maybe not to others, but to you, that you look for ease. And most of us find ease in alcohol. Most of us find ease in, you know, getting high. I mean, look at these corners. Look at these corners. You know, look in front of the liquor store. You know, look at the veterans who fought in wars and battles. They've turned to drugs. Many of them, they've turned to alcohol because the realities that they face were overwhelming. To be in gunfights day in and day out, to lose limbs, to have chronic pain for the rest of your life, your back sore, your knees sore, your shoulder sore, to continue to live with pain, bullet wounds still in your body, right? So we look at those people who've committed suicide and we say, I don't understand. But I sit back and I think about it, and I remember there were moments when I've contemplated. I remember when I was a kid and my mama left and went to Chicago without telling my brother, and I took two of my baby brothers and left. Just left. I just did 3 months in juvie. Got out and went back to the apartment. She was gone. You know, and for a child, a son, you know, like, you feel abandoned. You feel like, man, my mama gone, and my father at the time was on drugs real heavy. You know, I was blessed to be able to turn to my stepmom and you know, her embrace, her home. But man, that was a weighty feeling that the woman that birthed you just up and left. Just left, took your brothers and left. Went to Chicago. And by the time I saw her again, I was serving a life sentence in prison. And there were times when I was like, man, and shortly after that, I think 2 weeks after that, I was staying in Alexandria, and I took a lot of pills, you know, a lot of pills. I even put a gun in my mouth, to be honest with you. I knew I wasn't gonna really squeeze the trigger. I tried to get this female to do it. You know, I put the gun in her hand and try to put a thumb behind. I swear to God, she's struggling and crying. I'm crying, you know what I mean? And my brother was there, you know, but it was rough. Because like I say, you know what I'm saying, your father on drugs, your mom then left, like, I'm out there selling drugs and I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm out fighting people and stuff, man, but that ain't the life I wanted to live. I wanted to go to school. And I got out of one school, Cadoza in Uptown. Then I tried to go to an adult ed school. They wouldn't accept me. And I was just like aimless out there. I got a construction job and I'm 16, man. You know what I mean? Trying. And it was like, you know, excuse me for that. And so to be here, thinking about my friend, thinking about his family, most high willing, I'm gonna go see him Saturday if I can. If I can't, I'm definitely gonna make time. You know, he hit me last night. I missed the call, and I told him I'll keep my phone up all night. You know what I'm saying? Open. I'll keep my phone up all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? He reached back out this morning. It was like, you know, God willing, I'll call you soon. And I told him, remember the story of Job in the Bible for those who have read scripture. Job was a faithful, believing God, worked hard daily, and God took everything. God took his livestock, God took his kids, God took everything. And his wife used to beg him, man, curse God, curse him. You know, he done took all this. You ain't even a bad man, you a good man. And he done took everything from you. And he said, I would never curse God. And God blessed him, right? And though my friend won't be blessed with another son, and he has another son incarcerated, him and his, you know, the one that took his own life, him and his brother were in the same compound, you know, in the same prison for years. And so now his brother got to contemplate that weight. He in, his brother just gone. Family out here. And so I pray for his strength. And so I say this, man, I say this from the bottom of my heart, man, for those of us struggling, sometimes you look around, you like, man, I gotta be alone, because I ain't nobody to talk to. When you try to talk to somebody, you know, some people be like, man, you in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, they don't even want to hear it. Or the truth is you keep a lot to yourself because you know everybody else going through it too. And so you wonder what is the weight of yours compared to theirs? And you don't want to burden them. I've always been that type of person where I don't like to burden nobody with my woes. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do that. I mean, and people that know me, that really know me in prison will tell you, man, I helped as many people as I could, and yet I walk that alone. Oftentimes, if I'm not helping, by myself, because I'm pondering, you know, how to get it right, how to manage my own. But I've been blessed to have a couple people along the way that assist me as best they can. And so, for those who struggle, fight hard, man, dig deep. Please do not think you're alone. And if you have somebody in prison, they got time, they may be struggling. I'm not saying send them any money. But write them a letter, man. Write them a letter, send them a flick, man. That does so much more for us who've done time than money and canteen. You know, even visits, man. I sat there, I didn't get visits. I had roommates that was getting visits left and right. I had a roommate, man, we was selling for like 3 years. This man got a visit every Sunday without fail. You know, I had another roommate that used to get visits, mom, grandma, you know what I'm saying, for years. And I'd be like sitting there comparing my life sometimes, like, man, why don't I get visits? I was better, you know, as a son than this dude. I was better as a sibling than this dude. Like, I used to sit there and look at these dudes, and they don't even talk to their family. They don't like them. They don't talk about them in a good way. You know, I'm like, they just wasting their money, gambling, playing around in prison. Here, I'm doing good. And I'm like, where am I? And then I had to think, I found my purpose. What greater blessing is there than to find your purpose and to breathe? And so I did what I could. And then I remembered also, don't overlook the blessing. So when you get the one letter from somebody, that's a blessing. When you get the visit from somebody, that's a blessing. So for those who have people incarcerated, please, if you can, reach out to them. Just check their temperature, as they say. Just check them. Just check on them, man. You know, and for those who know people who are strong out here, and you look at them, you're like, man, they good. They doing all right. They driving good. They walking good. They got their head up. They smiling. They looking good. Man, check on them and make sure they all right if you care. If you care, make sure they all right, because that behind that grin sometimes, man, is a grimace. Like I said, I ain't want to be long, man. I just wanted to say, man, suicide is real. Depression is real. Pain is real. Y'all be strong out there. Peace.